Good day, everyone. You are welcome to C++ programming language. My name is Olashopo Adegoke, and I'm the lecturer in charge of this practical class, CSC 224. Today we are going to start with the introduction to C++. C++ was developed by Stroustrup in 1979. It's an efficient and general-purpose programming language. It is also an enhanced and extended version of C programming language. C++ is an object-oriented programming language. And when you are talking about object-oriented programming language, these features are also shared with other programming language like Java, Python, etc. We are going to speak more on that later. But for today, we'll talk about the features of C++ and also uses, or what we call application of C++ language. Now, talking about applications of C++ language, C++ is used in games. Games like the popular video games like PlayStation. It's also used as a game engine based on the fact that C++ speed is of high capacity. Again, C++ is also used in graphics developments. It's also used in real-time simulation and modeling. Real-time simulation and modeling. It's also used virtual reality. And when you are talking about virtual reality, you are talking about Unreal engines. It's also well known that C++ is used to make browsers like the Internet Explorer, like the Safari browser, the Chrome. It's also used as a graphical user interface based applications, banking applications, and also database management software based on a speed. Browsers can operate with high speed. So C++ can be used as a browser to make browsers based on its speed, which is of a high capacity. Moving forward, let's talk about the features of C++. C++ supports object-oriented developments. Based on the support for object-oriented developments, it's a well-known object-oriented programming language. And there are certain features that are peculiar to all object-oriented programming language. We talk about objects, which is an identifiable entity with some characteristics and behavior. We also talk about class, which is the building block that leads to object-oriented program. It's a building block that leads to object-oriented program. It is a use-defined data type which holds its own data members and member functions. Another feature is encapsulation. Encapsulation is the wrapping of data into a single unit called class. It's a feature that is common to all object-oriented programming languages. Another feature is data hiding. Data hiding. And when you are talking about data hiding, it simply means restricting data in order to ensure data security. Restricting data in order to ensure data security. The next one is inheritance. And when you're talking about inheritance, you're talking about creation of a new class based on an existing class. And the last one there is polymorphism, ability to take more than one form. All these features are peculiar to all object-oriented programming languages. Let's move forward. Now, other features of C++ are machine independence. Machine independence. And what do I mean by that? That is, it can work on different computer systems. And based on the fact that it is a machine-independent programming language, it is also portable. It's also portable, that is, you can move from one application to another. Again, C++ is a simple programming language because it can be broken into logical units and parts which provide a structured approach. It can be broken into logical units and parts which provide structured approach. Another feature of C++ programming is that it's a middle-level language. Some of you may be wondering why I call it a middle-level language. That is, it includes a low-level program and high-level programming language. It combines the two. A low-level programming language and high-level programming language. C++ is also a case-sensitive language. When we talk about Fortran is not a case-sensitive programming language, but C++ is a case-sensitive programming language. Another feature is that it is a compiler-based programming language. And what do I mean by that? Is that it translates the program source code into machine code before execution. It translates program source code into machine code before execution. The other feature of C++ is that it's a free-form programming language. That is, statements can reside anywhere on a line. It doesn't care about the white space. That is, you can add so many white space as you like anywhere. So the statements can reside anywhere. So it's a free form programming language. And the other one here, as second to the last, is memory management. And when I talk about memory management, I talk about allocation and the allocation of memory. That is, it allows us to allocate memory of a variable and also provides efficient management techniques. It provides efficient management techniques based on what? Allocation, the allocation of memory. And the last one here is multi-threading. And when you're talking about multi-threading, you're talking about multitasking. That is, executing two or more programs concurrently. Executing two or more programs concurrently. So in today's class, we'll be able to talk about introduction to C++, which was developed by Strostrup in 1979, and we are made to know that it's an efficient and a general purpose programming language, which is an extended version of C programming language. We also learned that it supports object-oriented development. That is, those features are peculiar to all object-oriented programming languages, like object class encapsulation, data hiding, inheritance, on polymorphism. We also talk about machine independence, portable, simple. That is, it's also a what is middle level language. It's a case sensitive language. We are also made to know that it's a compiler based language, a free form that also has the ability and the ability to manage memory through allocation and deallocation. And the last one we talk about multitasking, which is executing two or more programs concurrently. All these features make C++ to be a popular and powerful programming language. We'll be stopping today, and in our next class we'll talk about the environment setup for C++ programming language. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in my next audio.